Today on MTG Unpacked, we're getting stuck into the brand new Commander 2021 deck, Silverquill Statement. So, very cool deck here. This is the white-black color combo. And you'll notice something a little different. They don't have the plastic window in the front. You've still got a shiny card there, but it's actually just printed onto the cardboard in there. So, saving on packaging, very cool. So what do we got here? Make a counter statement, choose your commander and overcome both friend and foe in this definitive multiplayer Magic format. So we've got some other commanders there. Deck box, 100 card deck with 17 new cards, 10 double-sided token cards. We've got a life rule strategy, insert and reference card. Okay, so we're going to, let's see here, get through it in the bottom. There's like a little rip tab thing. That's different. Okay, so here's our deck box. Very cool design. Silverquill Statement. And what else? We've got a bunch of other gear. Okay, so here it is. It's printed on the cardboard. You got some little Planeswalker token things there. You may use these punch outs as counters or as victory confetti, okay? And what is this thing? Probably a divider, I would guess. Alright. So pop that over there and let's get into the deck. So it looks like it should hold sleeved cards. So you'll just take out the insert here. Alright, and here is our deck. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Here's the life counter. What do we go up to? 40, I'm guessing. Yep. And then on the other side it's counting down. Alright, so let's take a look at the flyer here. So these go for about 35 to 40 US dollars, a bit more expensive than the previous ones. I think Kaldheim going for about 20-ish. So learn to play Commander. There's a bit of the basics if you want to freeze frame that. Silverquill Statement. So what I'm expecting here is a lot of +1/+1 counter stuff, maybe life gain, and some flying creatures, which you would expect. You've got a bird warlock in this one. Alright, so there we go. Let's take a look at the main commander here. Let's get that in focus. So we have Brina the Demagogue, legendary creature, bird warlock, 1/3 for 3. It's a mythic. With flying, whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, if that opponent has more life than another of your opponents, that attacking player draws a card, and you put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature you control. Okay, so there is our first commander. That's the main one on the packaging. They also give you another one here. You get Felisa, Fang of Silverquill, legendary creature, vampire wizard, another mythic. 3/2 for 4 with flying, has mentor. So whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. And whenever a non-token creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, create X tapped 2/1 white and black inkling creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of counters it had on it. Okay, so 2 commanders. And then we have the deck proper and some tokens. I'm going to dig out the lands here just so we make it more manageable. Okay, so I think, yeah, that's pretty much all the lands and tokens. We'll review those closer to the end. I know people like to look at those in great detail and other people don't care so much, but let's take a look here. We have Secret Rendezvous, sorcery for 3. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards. Fracture, instant for 2. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. Okay, some nice removal there. Silverquill, Campus, enters battlefield, tap it for white or black. For 4, tap, scry 1. Okay, so they have put some more lands in here. Study Hall, land, tap for colors for 1, tap, add 1 mana of any color. When you spend this mana to cast your commander, scry X, where X is the number of times it's been cast from the command zone this game. Okay, next up we have Elite Scale Guard, creature, human soldier, 2/3 for 5. That's exposed as a little much. There we go. When it enters battlefield, bolster 2. So choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control and put 2+1/+1 counters on it. And whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. Okay, so Bolster, if you're not familiar with that mechanic, there you go. Ghostly Prison enchantment for 3. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature they control that's attacking you. That's a fun enchantment. Martial Impetus enchantment aura for 3 enchant creature. The enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and is goaded. It attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. And whenever enchanted creature attacks each other creature that's attacking one of your opponents, gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Oh, we've got a Cat Scout here. A Restless Explorer 2/2 for 2. When it enters battlefield, search your library for up to X Plains cards, where X is the number of players who control more lands than you. Reveal those cards, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Oars of Advocist, creature human advisor 1/4 for 3. So at the beginning of your upkeep, each player may put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature they control. If a player does, creatures that player controls can't attack you or planeswalkers you control until your next turn. Okay, so that could backfire depending on the state of the board at that point in time. Soul Snare, enchantment for a single white, pay white, sack it, exile a target creature that's attacking you or a planeswalker you control. That's a pretty cheap enchantment there, some nice removal. Vow of Duty, enchantment aura for 3 enchant creature. The enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance and can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. Ambition's Cost. Okay, so now we've got some black cards. Sorcery for 4. You draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life. Curse of Disturbance. And I think I've seen that guy before on another card. If you know what it is, leave a note in the comments. Enchantment Aura Curse for 3 enchant player. Whenever enchanted player is attacked, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. Oh, that's vicious. Parasitic Impetus, enchantment aura for 3 enchant creature. The enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded, and whenever enchanted creature attacks, its controller loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. And of course, we've got an Arcane Signet, seems to be in every commander deck these days. Artifact for 2, tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Next up we got Bloodthirsty Blade, artifact equipment for 2. So the equipped creature gets +2/+0 and is goaded, and for 1, attach it to target creature an opponent controls. Activate only as a sorcery. Mind Stone, artifact for 2, tap for colorless mana for 1, tap, sack it, draw a card. I wonder if they'll have this in some of the other decks as well. Same with this one, Oars of Signet, artifact for 2, for 1, tap, add white and black. Actually, no, that's only useful in this one, never mind. And Soul Ring, you've never seen this card before, have you? What does it do? It's an artifact for 1, tap, for 2 colorless mana, and that's pretty much an auto include in every commander deck. Spectral Searchlight, artifact for 3, tap, choose a player. That player adds 1 mana of any color they choose. Baron Moor, okay, so they like to just shove extra lands in here. Enters battlefield, tap, tap it for black, cycle it for a single black. Bajuka Bog, enters battlefield, tap, when it enters battlefield, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Tap for black. Command Tower, you'll see this one a lot as well. Land, tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Myriad Landscape, it's land, enters battlefield, tap, tap it for colorless mana for 2, tap, sack it, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards that share a land type, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Opal Palace, tap for colors for 1, tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. If you spend this mana to cast your commander, it enters battlefield with a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of times being cast from the command zone this game. Oars of Basilica, enters battlefield, tapped. When it enters battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand, tap for white and black. Rogue's Passage, tap 4 colors for 4, tap, target creature can't be blocked this turn. Secluded Step, enters tapped, tap it for white, cycle it as well for a single white. Okay, so let's see, are we done with lands? I think we are. That was a little surprise in the middle. Alright, so now we've got a rare, rare here, Combat Calligrapher. Creature, bird, cleric, 3/3 for 4 with flying. Inklings can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. And whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, that attacking player creates a tapped 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying that's attacking that opponent. Okay, so we'll keep an eye out for the Inklings. Guardian Archon, creature Archon, 5/5 for 6 with flying. As it enters the battlefield, secretly choose an opponent. Reveal the player you chose. You and target opponent you control each gain protection from the chosen player until end of turn. Activate only once. That's a fun ability. Neil's Discipline Enforcer, legendary creature, human cleric, 2/2 for 3. At the beginning of your end step, for each player, put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target creature that player controls. Each creature with one or more counters on it can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless its controller pays X, where X is the number of counters on that creature. Promise of Loyalty, sorcery for 5. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. Each of those creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control for as long as it has a vow counter on it. Oh, quite a few rares in here. Scholarship sponsor, creature, human advisor, 3/3 for 4. So when it enters battlefield, each player who controls fewer lands than the player who controls the most lands, such as a library for a number of basic land cards, less than or equal to the difference, puts those cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffles. Okay, so now we're moving on to some black rares here. Author of Shadows, creature Shade Warlock, 3/3 for 5, and when it enters battlefield, exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. What? Choose a non-land card exiled this way. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana, resort, or mana of any color to cast that spell. That is craziness. Bold Plagiarist, creature vampire rogue, 2/2 for 4. With flash, whenever an opponent puts one or more counters on a creature they control, they put the same number and kind of counters on Bold Plagiarist. Cunning Rhetoric, enchantment for 3. Whenever an opponent attacks you and or one or more planeswalkers you control, exile the top card of that player's library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana, resort, or mana of any color to cast it. Fane the Broker, legendary creature, human warlock, so you could use this one as a commander as well. 3/3 for 3, tap, psycho creature, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Tap, remove a counter from a creature you control. You get to create a treasure token. Tap, sack an artifact. Create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. And for 3 and a black, untap Fane the Broker. Next up, Incarnation Technique, sorcery for 5 with Demonstrate. What is that? When you cast a spell, you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent to also copy it. Interesting. Mill 5 cards and return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Keen Duelist, creature, human wizard, 2/2 for 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, you and target opponent each reveal the top card of your library. You each lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other player. You each put the card you revealed into your hand. Stinging Study. Ooh, instant for 5. You draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or in the command zone. So mana value, you might know that as converted mana cost, just another name for that. So you add up everything up here basically. Ink Shield, instant for 5. Prevent all combat damage that be dealt to you this turn. For each 1 damage prevented this way, create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Tempting Contract, artifact for 4. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent may create a treasure token. For each opponent who does, you create a treasure token. I'm thinking this one might be in the other decks as well. And a mythic. Angel of Serenity, creature angel, 5/6 for 7. With flying, when it enters battlefield, you may exile up to 3 other target creatures from the battlefield and or creature cards from graveyards. And when Angel of Serenity leaves battlefield, return the exiled cards to their owner's hands. Boreas Charger, creature Pegasus, 2/1 for 3. So what did I say about flying creatures earlier? So when it leaves battlefield, choose an opponent who controls more lands than you. Search your library for a number of plains cards equal to the difference and reveal them. Put one of them onto the battlefield tapped and the rest into your hand, then shuffle. Citadel Siege, enchantment for 4. As it enters battlefield, choose Khans or Dragons. And if you chose Khans at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. And if you chose Dragons at the beginning of combat on each opponent's turn, tap target creature that player controls. And resting the arm a little there. Okay, Duelist Heritage, enchantment for 3. Whenever one or more creatures attack, you may have target attacking creature gain double strike until end of turn. Ooh, we've got a Gideon Planeswalker mythic. So it's Gideon, Champion of Justice, Legendary Planeswalker Gideon, 4 loyalty for 4. His +1, put a loyalty counter on Gideon, Champion of Justice for each creature target opponent controls. His 0 ability, this one seems pretty common for him. Until end of turn, Gideon, Champion of Justice becomes a human soldier creature with power and toughness, each equal to the number of loyalty counters on him, and gains indestructible. He's still a Planeswalker. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to him this turn. -15. Holy moly. Exile all other permanents. That would take a bit of doing, I think. Hunted Lamassu, creature Lamassu, in case you're wondering what one of those is. 5/5 for 4 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent creates a 4/4 black horror creature token. It's interesting how the white creature creates black tokens. Knight of the White Orchid, creature human knight, 2/2 for 2. With first strike, when it enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you may search your library for a plains card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Oblation, instant for 3. The owner of target non-land permanent shuffles it into the library, then draws 2 cards. Okay, lots and lots of rares in this deck. Selfless Squire, creature human soldier, 1/1 for 4 with flash. When it enters the battlefield, prevent all damage that will be dealt to you this turn. And whenever damage that will be dealt to you is prevented, put that many +1/+1 counters on Selfless Squire. Stalking Leonin, creature cat archer, 3/3 for 3. So when it enters the battlefield, secretly choose an opponent. Reveal the player you chose. You get to exile target creature that's attacking you if it's controlled by the chosen player. Activate only once. Sunscorch Regent, a flying creature here. Dragon, 4/3 for 5. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Sunscorch Regent and you gain 1 life. Together Forever, enchantment for 2. When it enters battlefield, support 2. So that means put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures for 1. Choose target creature with a counter on it. When that creature dies this turn, return that card to its owner's hand. Tragic Arrogance, sorcery for 5 for each player. You choose from among the permanents that player controls an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker. Then each player sacrifices all other non-land permanents they control. Windborn Muse, creature spirit, 2/3 for 4 with flying. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature they control that's attacking you. Oh, this is cool. Zetalpa, Primal Dawn, legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur, 4/8 for 8. A big dude, flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. And another dragon, awesome, Deathbringer Regent, creature dragon, 5/6 for 7 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand and there are 5 or more other creatures on the battlefield, destroy all other creatures. That is awesome. Infernal Offering, sorcery for 5. Choose an opponent. You and that player each sacrifice a creature. Each player who sacrifices a creature this way draws 2 cards. Choose an opponent. Return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then that player returns a creature card from their graveyard to the battlefield. Another mythic. Necropolis Regent, creature vampire, 6/5 for, what is that, 6 with flying. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Deathbringer Liege, creature horror. What am I looking at here? That is weird. 3/4 for 5. Other white creatures you control get +1/+1. Other black creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a white spell, you may tap target creature. Whenever you cast a black spell, you may destroy target creature if it's tapped. Debtor's Knell, enchantment for 7 at the beginning of your upkeep. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Nice. Magister of Worth, creature angel, 4/4 for 6 with flying. Has Will of the Council. So when it enters battlefield, starting with you, each player votes for Grace or Condemnation. If Grace gets more votes, each player returns each creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. If Condemnation gets more votes, or the vote is tied, destroy all creatures other than Magister of Worth. Taser, Envoy of Ghosts. This is awesome artwork right here. Legendary creature, human advisor, 4/4 for 7. Vigilance, protection from creatures. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, destroy that creature. Create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Utter End, instant for 4. Exile target non-land permanent. Coveted Jewel. You might see this one in the other decks as well. Artifact for 6. So when it enters battlefield, draw 3 cards. Tap to add 3 mana of any one color. And whenever 1 or more creatures an opponent controls attack you and aren't blocked, that player draws 3 cards and gains control of Coveted Jewel. Okay, that's the downside. untap it. Pendant of Prosperity, artifact for 3. So it enters the battlefield under your control of an opponent of your choice for 2 tap, draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Pendant of Prosperity's owner draws a card. Then that player may put a land from their hand onto the battlefield. So I guess you can help out one of your opponents if you're teaming up or something. Victory Chimes, artifact for 3. Untap Victory Chimes. During each other player's untap step, tap a player of your choice, adds colorless mana. Okay, so that is the main deck. And then we'll dig through some of these lands here. So we have a rare Caves of Koilos, tap for colors and tap for white or black. It deals 1 damage to you. Exotic Orchard land, tap to add 1 mana of any color that a land and opponent controls could produce. Mikokoro, Center of the Sea, another legendary land here. Tap for colors for 2 tap. Each player draws a card. Temple of Silence. Enters battlefield tapped. When it enters battlefield, scry 1, tap it for white or black. Another one for white or black, activate only if you control a swamp. You can also tap for colorless. Temple of the False God land, tap for 2 colorless mana, activate only if you control 5 or more lands. And then we have a bunch of planes. Cool artwork. 9, 10, 11. How many we got here? So it looks like 14 of those. And then swamps. Ten of those. Okay. And what is this? We have a Brina the Demagogue at the back. Is this an extra? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. This card feels weird. All right. So you get, this is like your display commander. So instead of having an oversized foil version, you got a slightly more durable, thick card. Okay, I was wondering what was going on there. Okay, then we get an Inkling token. And on the other side, we have Treasure. Okay, so Inkling, Treasure. I'm guessing these are all Inklings and Treasures. Another one. So you create an army of those, and a zombie token with a spirit on the other side. So I'm guessing the rest are pretty much the same. Oh no, this one has a, what is that, a horror. Nice. Okay, 4/4 token creature horror. And a little bit of a tip card here about what you do on your turn and popular Magic formats. So there we have it. I think this is a pretty good deal. You can tell there's a lot more rares, mythics here. I like the strategies, the flying, the +1/+1 counters, lots of locking up creatures. We've got some angels. Looks like an overall cool deck. And like I said, I think you could put a fully sleeved deck in here. All 100 cards. You just take out the divider and there you go. So let me know what you think about this one, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings, and be sure to tap the notification bell to be notified as soon as new videos are released. Stay tuned, we've got more Strixhaven Commander decks, and if you want to see any other Commander decks we've reviewed on the channel before, I'll chuck a link in the corner. Check them out. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.